High School for tonight's boys basketball game between Bensalem and Norristown. Tonight I'm joined by a student here at Norristown. His name is Greg Fry, in place of John Price. John couldn't be here, he has another commitment. My name is Neil Schaefer, and we're happy to bring you this basketball game on NASD TV. And we want to thank, first of all, Cheryl Emerson for helping us out tonight, along with Carl Baker and Carl Moore, who are our cameramen. And tonight, Bensalem comes in with a 5-3 league record. Norristown, of course, is 8-0. And we are looking to have a pretty good game. Talking to Coach Behrens before the game, there are a couple guys that we should look for. Krishan Lewis, number 42, and Byron Schamberger, number 44, are both top players for Bensalem, along with a guy named Rob Dunner, who is a 6-foot guard, and he's the quarterback for the Bensalem football team, so we can look out for him. We have a couple players on Norristown that aren't going to be playing tonight for various reasons, and we look to have a really good game. It looks like there's some height on the Bensalem team and some real good shooting ability. And talking to Coach Behrens, they're a good transition team that like to slow the ball down. So we'll be back right after this with the starting lineups and the beginning of the game. Gentlemen, we're back here at Norristown Area High School, and welcome Greg Fry to the announcing staff. I know you're a veteran football announcer and statistician, but we welcome you to the basketball ranks.
Well, thank you for having me. It's nice to be here, and nice to be filling in for Mr. John Price tonight. All
right, John must be a busy man. He's got commitments all over the world here, so he can't be here tonight. Well, we do have the starting lineups now for the Bensalem Owls. It'll be a Quill Fleeth, number 13, number 30, Rob Dunner, number 42, Krishan Lewis, number 44, Byron Schamberger, and number 54, TJ Stansel. Why don't you do the starting lineup for the Norristown Eagles?
Okay, Greg? For Norristown tonight, we're going to have Marcus Green, number 4, number 11, Salim Campbell, and up front we got Ryan Shockley, number 25, number 40, TJ Tolson, and number 21, Ed Moore.
And Norristown starts off with the ball. They get the tip from Eddie Moore, and they start off right with their regular offense. Marcus Green and Salim Campbell doing the front court duties tonight. There's Shockley with the ball over to Campbell and back to Green. Moving the ball around, trying to get that open shot, and Green, who was featured in the Times Herald recently, takes a three-pointer, but it's no good. An insider to Fleeth, and Fleeth gets his first 2 points.
It's a great feed underneath to a Quill Fleeth. Good look underneath, and Norristown had some trouble getting back there.
Speaking of a good look, Salim Campbell never shy to take a shot. He misses a three-pointer. The rebound's on the floor. Tolson tries for it. Moore tries for it, and Fleeth gets the ball. Green goes up for the layup. It's no good. It'll belong to the Eagles. I think it's Fleeth now. I think we're going to go with a Quill Fleeth, Greg.
A Quill Fleeth, okay.
We're going to switch. I think every quarter will be a different name.
All right, yeah, well, we'll find one eventually that we'll like.
Shockley inbounds the ball over to Green. Now Campbell back to Shockley. Shockley for three. It's no good. Rebound TJ Tolson. Tolson sporting a new hairdo there. He's got a cut. Marcus Green controls it for the Eagles. Over to Shockley, over to Salim Campbell. Salim looks for three. It's nothing there. Shockley moves on himself. It's going to be called for traveling.
Well, Norristown working the ball around, having some early shooting problems, but they'll definitely find ways. They are a very creative team. They'll find ways to get points.
As they always do. Norristown 8-0 in the league. They only have 2 losses the entire season. And right now, Bensalem's taking it to them as number 42, Krishan Lewis, scores his first 2 points. Campbell, another shot. It's no good, and the Eagles having trouble finding the bottom of the basket.
Norristown trying to do what they do always, trying to run, use their quickness, but unfortunately not working yet tonight. But they really need to just find a rhythm and settle into this game.
Bensalem working the ball around as well. Inside to Fleeth. Nope, that's Lewis now, partially blocked by Tolson. There's going to be a traveling against Bensalem, and it'll be turned over to Norristown.
That's great inside defense there by Norristown. Number 40, TJ Tolson, and number 21, Ed Moore. Both very physical presence underneath. Very strong.
Ed Moore, the tallest guy on the court right now, standing at 6'8", the senior. But I'll tell you, number 44, Byron Schamberger is going to be a matchup for him tonight. He has a lot more, well, not a lot more, but a little more bulk than Ed Moore, so he's going to give him a run for his money, as is Lewis. Shockley to Salim Campbell, who's out at top. Green inside to TJ Tolson. Tolson looks back out to Shockley for 3, takes a step forward for 2, and it's in, and the Eagles get their first 2 points from Ryan Shockley.
Very good idea by Ryan Shockley there, giving up the 3 and getting the easy 2.
Marcus Green with almost a steal, but the Owls control. That's Byron Schamberger. Over to Lewis. Lewis for 3. It's no good. It's Tolson with the rebound. Marcus Green pushes the ball up to Salim Campbell for a two-pointer. It's good. It's good. It's 4-4 now, and the Eagles have pulled even with the Owls.
Salim Campbell in the lineup tonight instead of Maurice Allen, who we're used to seeing, but Campbell trying to become very oriented into the offense.
As we said, there's a couple new faces on the floor, a couple problems with the Eagles staff right now. They're working out some problems, some difficulties within the lineup. Coach Behrens wouldn't explain any further, but it's good that they do have such a deep bench. They can go to someone like Salim when they do have some changes in the lineup. They're moving the ball around. Much more patient Eagle offense right now than we've seen in the past couple games. They snuck one out against Truman, and Shockley puts up a 3-pointer. It's no good. Field goal percentage right now for the Eagles is poor, but they do have 4 points on the board. That's Dooner, who, as I said, is a quarterback for the Bensalem football team.
Very good one, in fact. I've seen him play. He's very good.
Schamberger with a shot. It's no good. Rebound Shockley, stolen away by Lewis. Krishan Lewis out to Dooner. Dooner for 3. Basket's up, and it's good. Rob Dooner.
Very smooth struck there from Rob Dooner. Very good follow-through on that shot.
Marcus Green dishes off to TJ Tolson, and Tolson puts it in for now what is a 6-7 tally. The Eagles trail by 1.
That's a good feed from Marcus Green right there.
Very unselfish player. Krishan Lewis drives the lane. There's going to be a foul before the shot. Foul's going to be on TJ Tolson. That's going to be his first and the team's first. And now the Owls will keep the ball. I guess you saw a lot of Rob Dooner in the Bensalem football game, as well as Lewis and Schamberger. I'm sure they played football too, as Schamberger makes his first 2 points. Tolson now with the ball over to Green and Shockley. Shockley drives all the way, finger roll, it's good.
Good strong move there by Ryan Shockley. Norristown going into their full court press again. It's been very effective against many teams. And as we see there, again effective as Bensalem can't break it with an overthrown pass and a turnover.
Krishan Lewis, sort of a moon pass, goes way over the head of Byron Schamberger, and the Eagles take over, and they're right back on the offense. And Shockley with Green and Salim Campbell working the ball around the perimeter, looking for Moore inside, but there's nothing there right now. Moore tied up with Schamberger. Schamberger giving him all he can handle, and Dooner gets a rebound.
Byron Schamberger is doing all he can on there with Ed Moore, and he's doing a pretty good job so far. Norristown's got to try and find a way to get more in this game.
Shot by Bensalem's no good. There's Fleeth. It's no good. Quill Fleeth gets to go to the free throw line. It's a foul on Eddie Moore, and that's Moore's first foul. Substitution for Bensalem is number 23, Art Brown, and TJ Stansel goes to the bench. Fleeth will shoot 2 as we see Norristown's first substitution. That's number 15, Maurice Allen, a regular starter for the Eagles, taking over for Salim Campbell. Salim Campbell doing okay so far. He has 2 points.
Well, and there's got to be some nervous energy there from Campbell, trying to get used to being in the starting lineup. It's really hard coming in and trying to gel with a team that's doing so well on the year.
That's right. I talked to Salim earlier today, and he said he was starting. He seemed pretty happy about that. I said, that's a different role for you. How are you going to perform? And he says, well, I'm going to do the best I can. He really likes to play basketball, and he likes to perform for the Eagles. It's now Allen in the game as Green loses the handle on the ball but regains to Shockley. There's Maurice Allen from the corner. He stepped on the line. No, it's a traveling call. Eagles trail by 3, 11-8, 2:27 left in the first quarter, and so far, Greg, the game is moving pretty quickly, and Bensalem is keeping right up with the 8-0 Eagles.
Yeah, it's surprising. Bensalem's come out and they've looked really controlled today as another great feed underneath. Schamberger can't complete the layup.
And he misses 2, and that's going to come back to haunt the Owls, I'm sure. Green pushes it ahead a little too far, throws the ball away. Maurice Allen, the intended receiver.
Both teams looking a little, Norristown too, looking a little sloppy tonight, but you can only figure that it's a little, it's nervous energy. It's Friday. Plus we got some midterms coming up, so.
That's right, and that's one thing that as a winter sport coach or as any coach you have to have your team prepare for, because you know that eligibility is right around the corner. Right behind midterms comes eligibility, and that's one of the fears of a lot of coaches, not only at Norristown but a lot of schools where they might have 1 or 2 athletes that they're depending on not have a good day on an exam or something like that, and then they become ineligible.
Yeah, you really do just have to put it away and come onto the court and focus all your energies there.
Bensalem with an 11-8 lead as Coach McGee called a 20-second timeout, and now the teams are back on the floor. Marcus Green just waiting for that one. Ahead to Maurice Allen. Allen lays it up, and now it's 11-10.
That's what the Eagles have to do. They have to pressure, and they'll get points out of it. They live on forcing the turnover, and that's what they've been doing so far.
They love the half-court offense. They love to break the teams down as Lewis steps in there and scores 2 for the Owls. It's 13-10. Eagles are never shy to take a shot, though. They have Shockley and Allen, 2 3-point specialists in there. Shockley with the 3-point attempt. It's no good. The rebound goes to Lewis. And now Flythe.
Bensalem matching Norristown athletically, and so Norristown's really going to have to play smart tonight. Maybe looked a little surprised so far with a very athletic Bensalem team.
That's true, as Flythe puts up a shot, it's no good. Shockley goes to rebound. He's going to go coast to coast, but there will be a foul. And the foul's going to be on Byron Schamberger, and that's going to be his first foul.
That is a prevent the basket kind of foul right there from Byron Schamberger. A smart foul, nothing intentional, but just stop the play there. So.
Yes, indeed, Greg, it was to stop the play, but that didn't stop Ryan Shockley from hitting the 3-pointer, and Norristown has tied up the game 13-all. Shockley now with 7 points, so the 13 points for the Eagles. Pretty good game for Ryan. As they go inside to Art Brown. Art Brown doesn't score, and Eddie Moore gets the rebound, and there's Schamberger to get right in his face. The ball belonged to Bensalem as TJ Stansel looks to check back in the game.
There you see Ed Moore underneath the basket, fighting like he always does under there. And most teams starting to double team him, they find out how strong he is under there.
And he pushes it ahead to Maurice Allen. Are we looking at a dunk? No, we're looking at a layup. Maurice Allen with a layup, and the Eagles take their first lead at 15-13. And that's something we don't usually hear at Norristown basketball games. With 30 seconds left in the first quarter, Norristown taking their first lead. Green on Dooner. Over to Stansel. Stansel guarded by Maurice Allen. There's Dooner with the ball. Over to Schamberger, taking their time. Less than 15 seconds. Stansel blocked by Moore. It's going to belong to the Owls, though.
That's something this Norristown crowd loves, and they're applauding the efforts of Ed Moore underneath. And he is such a physical presence down there. He is so tall and so big. It's just amazing.
I don't have the stats in front of me, Greg, but I would guess that Ed Moore probably averages 5 blocks or more a game. He has a 6'8" stand, and his arms are just going everywhere, and they seem to be everywhere. And I know that John and I talk about this often, that Eddie Moore changes the shots of the offense. He changes what they're going to do. As Maurice Allen puts up a 3-pointer, and he scores it with 2 seconds left in the quarter. Maurice Allen lights up the crowd and takes him his 5th, 6th, and 7th points in the Eagles. Just that quickly, Greg. They were down for a little bit. Now they're back up to a 19-13 lead as the Bensalem cheerleaders come out to the court. So far, Greg, what do you see for the Eagles?
Well, so far, they came out a little sluggish, starting to become very strong now. And that's the potential that this Eagles team has. They have so much talent, and if they do come out weak or they come out a little impatient and they don't get into their set right away, they really do come back. And that's what makes this team so strong. They have enough talent, and the coaches keep them under control. And they really just come back into this game. And like you said, you know, they were down by, I don't know, 3-4 points, and all of a sudden it's a 5-point lead.
That's right. The score's been changed to an 18-13 score, not 19, but still Norristown took over in the last 2 minutes there and really took over control of the Owls. And like you said, they can come out a little flat and still turn it on, and now they've really turned it on, and they get the ball now again, and they might be able to increase their lead to even more.